I cannot enter. It's locked.
I'd step back, sir.
We have to stop it! That leech is fast!
Burn it, boys!
Die, vermin! Filthy fucking beast! It's a leech! See them fancy clothes? This one's a top! Fuck, it's burning! It's one of them! He's over there! There's one of them vermin! You're mine!
I cannot enter.
He's done for! Christ, he's dead! It's one of them!
Best stay back, sir.
Elite! 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 It's Elite! Get it! Christ! He's dead!
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow. I have this thirst for blood.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems, as long as you have the money.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to club.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. Nobody at home.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even
come away this week, Joe? Come on, we can...
You are blinded by your...
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming armor.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few
A
questions.
scientist? You are much more...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the Communist...
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary...
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and...
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me.
But you are seeking answers.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end. The beast is finally revealing its...
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias.
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corp...
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph,
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption.
Have you any friends?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach.
You sent him on some preaching crusade.
As a true believer, Samuel will...
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
I have heard enough. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that.
Really? Are you an artist?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott.
May I ask you a few questions?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not?
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott.
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and...
Do you not think it...
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty.
What can you tell me about Commander?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She...
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
In what way?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course.
Oh yes, the poignant distress.
I'll leave you alone. Good evening, miss. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. A stubborn and mute comp. Tell me about Richard Nip. I know you understand. Very well.
Don't be shy, handsome. What...
I'm not looking for what you're selling.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Do you know Nurse Dor...
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crashonescu.
You seem to respect...
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should...
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to...
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as...
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly.
Christina, have you been examined?
I don't like doctors, or...
Do you need any assistance?
It depends.
I'm shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so...
Goodbye, miss.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with...
Sorry, I'm new to what...
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon?
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in White...
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you...
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any...
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from...
Really?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his...
He has no relatives?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by.
Where can I find this?
He spends most of his time...
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in... And
do you think things will ever...
I believe the situation can only improve.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's a disgrace.
These are bad times indeed.
What is a journalist doing in...
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to...
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable.
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm...
Have you any idea of...
I've had to run and hide more than once from friends...
I'm convinced there is more at work.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My...
Goodbye, Mr. Dark.
You look so pale, my lord. Would you like me to revive you?
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. It's like the
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side?
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in...
I have to admit your words have conviction.
It's locked, all right. It's locked. What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. To what do I owe this courtesy?
It's locked, all right.
This is an I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, Blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Oh, this one stinks. It's mine. I'll take it. Stupid beast!
Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately. This is despicable.